It is my privilege to introduce Joshua Jacobs, President Biden's nominee to serve as Undersecretary for Benefits at the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs. And I'm pleased to welcome his family here today, his parents, Linda and Richard, his wife Julia, and their children Yael, Amir, and Laura. Welcome to all of you. Mr. Jacobs is an exceptionally qualified pick to fill this role. He will work day in and day out to make sure our nation lives up to its obligation to take care of our veterans. And I should know, because that's exactly what he did when he worked in my office back in the day. Joshua came to work every day focused on Washington State veterans and their families and helped prepare the VA for an influx of veterans, expand clinics and facilities, and make sure veterans had the services they need to transition to civilian life, especially when it comes to employment. That track record is why I was thrilled to have him return to work for me as Deputy Staff Director of this committee later on when I became chair. He helped lead our efforts to get veterans more mental health services, expand support and service for women veterans, and ensure veterans had a seamless transition from the DoD to the VA, where too often, as we know, service members and veterans faced too much red tape and VA faced too little accountability. Given his drive back then, it is no surprise to me the work he has done since shows his deep commitment to serving those who served our nation and why he is such an inspired choice for this role. When Mr. Jacobs was a senior advisor to the Office of the VA Secretary under President Obama, he was awarded the Secretary's Meritorious Service Award. When President Biden was elected, he was chosen to serve on the incoming administration's VA transition team. After Mr. Jacobs returned to the department as a senior advisor in 2021, he improved its decision-making process by establishing and leading the new Evidence-Based Policy Council and developing a new interagency policy development process to coordinate and implement more than 50 interagency policy efforts. As the senior advisor for policy performing the delegable duties of the Undersecretary for Benefits, Mr. Jacobs has taken on the enormous task of coordinating a team of 25,000 people from 56 regional offices, processing centers, and headquarters as they work to manage over $100 billion in benefits and make good on our promise to millions of veterans and their families. He knows full well how important a smoothly functioning VA is to the Americans who are relying on the benefits our nation promised them. And I have no doubt he will go to work every day determined to make sure our nation lives up to its promises. I know Mr. Jacobs, who happens to be a Washington State native, and his family is here today from there, and graduate of the University of Washington, will do great work for America's veterans as Undersecretary of Benefits. I'm very proud to support his nomination. I look forward to working with him once he's confirmed.